Empowerment with Dr. Josefina Monasterio.
Welcome back to Empowerment with Dr. Josefina, and I'm Laura Guttridge. Now we'd like to take a few moments to thank a few of our sponsors. First, we'd like to thank Valerie and Susan from Salon V for providing us with our lovely hairstyles today. Thank you, ladies.
Yes,
and,
very much.
They're on Easter Lily. And then, of course, we can't forget Jasmine's Boutique for providing Josefina with some of her fantastic outfits that you'll see her wearing. And they are located on Ocean Drive.
Thank you very much.
And then, of course, my mom for providing us with
the jewelry.
her vintage jewelry from her antique shop. Her and my dad have an antique shop in Bellevue, Florida, Celeste Antiques. And, of course, call if you're interested in upcoming seminars.
Absolutely. If you're interested in part 1, or you have taken part 1 and you want to register for part 2, call my office at 778-8877 or private coaching. Yes. I will tell you exactly what to do.
She'll get you out of your dilemmas.
Exactly. Because, you know, you don't have to suffer.
No.
It's a choice.
Exactly.
But you have to look for help.
Mm-hmm. Seeking the right help.
Absolutely.
And
I will tell you what to do. Count on it. Right, baby?
Absolutely. Today's lesson, I love it. Avoiding negativity. You know, and it's all around us. The choice of either avoiding negativity or, you know, welcoming it.
Especially people.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's people, the books we read, the music we listen to, but especially people. And in the lesson you talk about the reference group.
Yes.
What exactly is the reference group?
Well, it was a study done at Harvard University, and what he found that the most important ingredient for success in life is your reference group. And your reference group is the people that you associate with. You know, the people you spend the weekends, your friends, a relative, people, and your daily interaction. So, you know, that is your reference group, the people you associate with.
Okay, so your hardcore group of friends,
exactly.
colleagues.
You know, in the weekend, who do you hang out in the weekends?
Right.
I mean, you're hanging out with people who are negative and people who are putting you down and people who are not encouraging you to do what you want to do, then you're hanging out with the wrong people.
Right. But, you know, in some cases, like at the workplace, we can't avoid a certain group of individuals that we may have to work with. And so in those situations, we have to just deal with it. And I remember you telling me a story when you were teaching years ago.
Because instead of dealing with it, you have to be creative. It's, you know, you gotta be creative, because one of the things that you learn that if this group of people are not gonna help me, take me in the direction that I wanna go, then why should I spend my time there? And what happens to me was the teachers, they will sit around and complain about the system and about the, you know, the horrible thing that were going on in their life, or about the kids. So for me, I mean, I was there to teach, not to complain.
Right.
So what I used to do, I would take my 2 free periods and I will go swimming. When I got back, I felt like $1,000,000. I said, wow, you look great. What have you done? Well, I went swimming instead of sitting around and complaining about the system and eating donuts and drinking soda.
Right, you turned a bad situation into a good situation.
Because what happened, Laura, is that situation is not going to take me to be a better teacher.
Right.
I will go back into the classroom and just, you know, not do as an excellent job as if I feel terrific. Dynamite, you know.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I mean? So you have to distinguish. You got to be creative.
I think also in some cases, if we're smart enough, we can learn from certain negativity around us, because we can, instead of falling into the trap and becoming a part of that negativity, we can learn that what we don't want is to be like that. And reverse it and do the opposite. Like you hear all the time, children who may have grown up with bad parents, and they know that they just don't want to be like their dad was, or their mom, or someone in their family that they had to be close with. So you see that a lot. There are certain situations where you can't get out of, you know, being around those people, but you have to, like we said in past lessons, make lemonade out of lemons.
And you always have a choice. Don't tell tell me that your parents, don't tell me that it's the money, don't tell me that it's your colleagues or your peer. It's a choice you choose. I mean, you know, if you want to go to college, right? And you're hanging around with people who are dropouts, how can you get to college when the company that you are spending your energy and your time are people who have not been there, done that, got the t-shirt?
Right.
So you have to, if you want to be a high achiever, you have to cultivate the right relationships. That is so important.
And it takes effort. A lot of times people just wait for the relationships to happen in their lives, but sometimes you have to seek out certain relationships.
Absolutely. Well, and there are people who sit around waiting because they don't have a goal. They don't have a purpose. They don't have an objective. Because when you do that, like I remember when I was in college, I will tell my peers, my classmates, oh, I'm going to go to the United States. Well, what happened, they will tell me, no, you can't. And the reason you can't is because you don't have the money, you don't speak the language, and you don't know anybody in the United States. So immediately, that was the wrong reference group for me, because I had my mind set on something else. So what did I do? I hang around with my teachers, my professors, people who have been there, done that, and what happened, Laura, they will tell you exactly how to do it and how to do it right. And especially for young people, you have to hang around with the right peer. The people who are going to college or people who are getting good grades, that is the kind of company you want to keep. It's so powerful.
Right, it has a lot to do with how our lives end up.
Absolutely. I mean, probably in your personal experience, I know I am where I am because of my teachers, because I always went to the right people, asked for their advice, and followed their advice.
Absolutely.
And then probably in your case, the same thing.
Oh yeah, my husband has been a wonderful influence on my life. Because of him, I went to college, and I love the degree that I chose, and it's made my life so much better. But you know, even with you know, people that, like, if you hang around surfers, you're probably going to be a surfer.
Absolutely, because that's, you know, that's exactly right.
So if you don't like not that I have a problem with surfing, but if you don't like surfing, don't hang around surfers.
You know, and if you're gonna exercise, and all your friends are couch potatoes.
Right.
How can you exercise when your friends are couch potatoes?
Yeah.
So you have to go and find a friend who likes to walk, who likes to exercise, who likes to eat right. If you, whatever it is and you want to do in your life, you have to gravitate towards the right people. And the people who done it successfully.
And that helps you to become the person that you were meant to be.
Exactly.
Because if you're just all out there taking chances with who you meet, and you have to focus, like you said, and direct yourself towards those relationships.
Absolutely. If your life has a path that you know in your mind, like in my life, I knew what I wanted, so I gravitated, I look forward to the people, or look for people who will help me. But if I'm going to hang around with my classmate who will tell me, no, you can't do it because 500 reasons, then I will be in Venezuela this big, 10 kids, each child, a different dad. Because that was what I was surrounded by, that kind of environment.
Sure.
So you make a choice. You make a conscious choice on how you want to live your life, because it's not about making a living, it's about making a life.
Yes, you have to be
fabulous.
It is fabulous. Make a life for yourself. Be strong enough to get out of a situation that you're not happy with.
It's a choice. Remember, it's a choice. You have the power to choose, and choose the right thing. Meditate, pray, ask for guidance, and you will be guided beautifully. My darling, I think we need to take a break, and we'll be right back with the lesson. I love you.
I love you.
And you are good company for me.
Oh, you're my good company, too.
Empowerment with Dr. Josefina Monasterio.